Hello, welcome back to Big Mood. It's a mood in here. We do have a very special guest today, Kassem G. For those of you who don't know, he's a very OG YouTuber, very old YouTuber.
very
old.
You have gray in your beard, I see.
Yeah.
But used to host quite a few shows. California On was one, and then Going Deep with Kassem G.
That was my favorite.
Do you remember those days?
I do.
Yeah.
How was it 10 years ago? I
10 years ago.
I don't understand.
So much better.
Wow,
I don't get it. I don't get time.
I think about those times as like, there's a lot of cringing I do. You know, when you go to bed and then you're like, oh, that thing that I did or I said to that. Yeah. And then I'm like, oh, I got to private that video in the morning.
Oh, no.
Especially with everything now.
Yeah.
I like to say I canceled myself because like if I were to do that stuff now, I'd be,
Yeah.
I'd be like an Alex Jones level. I'd be somewhere in a bunker. But, when you do comedy and you know this, when you start out, they always tell you like do clubs that are not in LA, like outside LA, do small clubs, don't, do your bad material in front of people.
Get it out.
Yeah. And then I did all that like online.
Great.
So it's like not only did I do all that, now it's a video and like you can watch it. I private a lot, but you can watch them still. Mm-hmm. And then I'll go and I'll be like, oh my God, like who? I won't know the person in the video.
So do you feel like, because a lot of comedians usually say like, oh, well, it's comedy, I should have a space to work these things out. Do you feel like that, or do you feel like, oh, actually that was not really appropriate and I regret it?
There's a lot of regret.
Okay.
But also we should have space to like realize that we've changed.
Yeah.
And it's like totally okay. And that's kind of like, I'm in touch with the internet, so I know the whole Jenna Marbles thing. And so it's like, I understand where she's coming from and having to remove herself, but like we did a lot of stupid stuff, and we watch it the same way people watch it now, which is like, ooh,
for sure.
We should,
You've grown. I mean, years have passed.
Totally.
Obviously, your
I was
opinions have
24,
changed.
25. I'll be 37 in like 2 months. So there's like a big. I've learned like my sensibilities changed a lot.
You're still figuring yourself out. You're figuring your voice out.
No, I figured it out.
Back then.
Yeah. At 24.
I'm trying to help you, Kassem.
Yeah. Now I'm ready because I'm trying to mate now.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Let's talk about that.
Put it out there.
I want a kid. Yeah.
You want a kid?
Yeah. I don't need to be. I'd love to be a single dad.
Ooh. Did you hear? You're just gonna go to the egg bank.
Yeah.
Look at me when you said that.
Maybe.
Yeah.
They have a sperm bank
I was
for
gonna
women
tell
that
you,
want to do
have
that.
you heard? There's actually people right now that are getting, like single people are getting together just to create a kid. So they're doing co-parenting already. They're not even trying to have a relationship. They're just going in
They're like,
saying,
your
I want
genes
a
are
kid.
good. You have financial stability.
No, they have websites where it's kind of like a dating site, but instead of dating, you're trying to match parental approaches. So
that's good.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I would just be like, I hope her nose isn't big because I've got, I've got enough of that, and then I would want her to have good calves, and then I think it would be
small nose, nice calves.
Yeah, because I don't have those things, so I want my kid to grow up with calves.
Interesting.
Yeah,
We'd love to see your calves.
No, very
check 'em out.
Very self-conscious.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd rather show you my penis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it like the
Let's
same
talk about
size?
that.
Go ahead, Jess. What do you got? Now you're shy.
Those are not. Yeah.
Circumcised or not?
Nice calves.
There we go. Parent.
Yeah.
A couple of days ago in the girl chat, you were texting about how you saw yourself
don't ruin
with
my brand.
Okay.
Don't ruin my brand. Sorry, my
What's
branding is no children. Don't fucking put your cum inside of me.
Oh.
Wait, you don't
want
like
to
that?
make baby.
Even?
No,
You
I don't
can
want
have
cum
inside you with birth control and you won't get children.
No.
You don't want cum.
You're
inside,
missing
huh?
out on
I
a lot of
don't want
fun.
babies. I've had plenty of cum in me, believe me. At this
cummed out.
age, I'm cummed out. I don't want any more cum in me.
You come down.
I've come down. I don't want kids. And Nikki's trying to ruin my brand because I had a soft moment last week.
I just thought it was sweet, and
No,
then
it's
it
in there.
matches like what he's saying because like you were like, I don't see a man in the picture, but I see a child, and it's like,
Yeah,
there
yeah.
you go. She got small nose, nice cat. I'm just trying to play.
Yeah.
Cupid
We're trying to play
here a little
matchmaker.
bit.
You'll know that you get a heat. There's a heat that builds. You'll know when it's time.
The mating
He's
call.
matching her shirt now.
Get out of here.
Yeah, it'd be great to have a little guy running around.
What about a girl?
No.
No.
No way.
Well, see, that doesn't match my picture because
True.
No,
it
no,
was a girl in
vision.
mine.
I actually do think, and my mom told me this. She's like, "Yeah, your first one. She's going to be a girl. I just know."
That's what my mom
I have
said
3.
too.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah.
What's up with moms
I
and
have
having
all
visions?
girls in my
No.
family.
A lot
Moms
of girls.
fucking know.
A lot of girls
They
in my
fucking
family.
know. I got a lot of girls in my
cousin
family.
has 2 girls. My uncle has 3 girls. Our lineage, I think, is looking like it's going to end.
A lot of women.
Yeah. our
Well, I guess you
namesake.
better get on that.
The Garibaldi, but
Dude, yeah, perfect.
yeah.
How do
Yeah.
you say your last name?
I mean, I've been saying it Garaiba, but
Oh, that's not what I said.
no, that was close.
They were
Thank
saying like
you.
Garibaldi or something. I'm like, oh, he's.
I just
Yeah, like the
picture a
beans.
Garibaldi fish, and then I'm like, that's something. It's similar.
Gefilte
It's something to
fish?
do with that.
Yeah, we're like
No,
the chocolate company, Ghirardelli,
Ghirardelli. Oh,
and the bean company, the Goya Ghirardelli. Yeah, so
well.
Okay. You just mix them.
just put them together.
Chocolate beans.
Chocolate beans.
So,
No, I'd love to scope out your uterus.
You want to scope it out?
I need to see how if
Scope
your
out yours?
the
What does
walls
that
of
mean?
your uterus are thick enough for an egg. And I can
one egg, just
and I
one.
can test that.
well,
I have
she
a
has
number
her
of different
eggs.
methods.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the first method?
Well, I get in there. I get first of
You
all.
get in there with what? First of all,
What I would
I
do
need to
is
know
like,
what's entering me.
it's a couple Q-tips.
Oh,
You know how you check
Is
your
it a
oil.
pap smear?
You just dip it in, and where the Q-tip is moist.
Nice.
Just one part of the Q-tip will
it's
be
like
moist
a
if you
COVID
stuck
test,
it in.
but
Yeah.
for my.
Okay, and then
It
you
goes all
test
the way
it in a
up to your
petri
uterus.
dish or something.
Yeah.
You got some good testing
I
mechanisms.
didn't know the podcast was gonna be like this.
What did you think
Neither
it was
did
gonna
we.
be?
No,
We
I
had
just
no
thought
idea.
like you guys were you were gonna talk
Soft?
about like softer.
You thought we were
things.
soft because
Oh.
of the set, right?
Right.
yeah.
It's deceiving.
I'm really sorry
gonna
you were
talk-
deceived.
We are soft though.
We
have a
can be
side.
soft. Would you like a soft touch?
No, we're all just so horny. It seems.
Well, it seems like 2 out
okay.
of the 4.
Here's
Pretty horny.
here's the thing. So
No, with the children, my vagina dried
I've been
up.
trying to have kids. So this ovulation
other
week
one.
this week.
Oh, okay.
So we're trying to bang all
Good
the time.
job, Steve.
It's
Yeah.
not fun. It's not fun.
Oh, when
Why?
it's scheduled.
Because there's a pressure. It's like you
True.
know, like at first it's like, oh yeah, like it's ovulation week,
Yeah.
and
But
then
why is there pressure? There literally doesn't have to be.
because we're tired.
Because you just wanted to happen already.
You're
And we're
tired of having sex?
No, we're tired because of life. So like
Sure.
the pandemic and the
So wait, the idea of having children
work
tires
and-
you out?
No. The idea of trying to sext tires me out. Like at the end of the day, like you're like, okay, we're gonna do it
in
today.
the beginning of the day.
We can't because he has a process in the morning. I try to have morning
you
sex.
guys are
Love
too
to hear.
old for this.
Love to hear
just,
about
just
this.
let it go.
What?
Just let it go. If
No,
you
no,
can't
no.
have sex in the morning,
I
just
want
let it
sex
go.
in the morning. That's my time to
No,
shine.
your husband
Yeah.
is too old for this.
He needs to brush his teeth, take a shower, wash his balls, and then by that time it's like 2 hours. I'm like, I'm out of the mood. Like
Yeah.
I got to get my shit started. Like the day's got
You
to
also
start.
wake up earlier than he does, right?
I wake up way earlier.
So
too.
So
He's
he
not
refuses to put a dirty dick inside of you.
And I've gotten used to a clean dick, and so
Okay.
I don't think at this point I can go back. Before I was
All
used
right.
to dirty dicks. I was like, this is different having a clean.
the morning dick and the morning vagina are
but
both
now
equally dirty.
it's like it smells like flowers down there every time, and we cannot go back.
All
I
right.
can't go back. Do you wash your dick, Kassem?
Well, I keep wet wipes handy.
Okay, well that's
Oh.
chemically.
Yeah.
No, like if
what
you
about
get some
eating
organic
it?
ones.
What? Oh, Gina has a question.
My question is, in the shower, do you spread your butt cheeks so the water and soap goes through?
Yeah.
In the shower,
and
do you spread
I
your
do
butt
like a
cheeks?
little bend over, arch my back move.
Oh,
It's hot. Very hot.
Yeah, I
My
think I'm
ex
in
did
like
that
a
a
late
lot.
night Cinemax. Yeah,
my ex did that a lot. I saw a lot of bent back.
I have 2 shower puffies, and one's for the butthole, and then one's for the rest of the body.
What if you mix them up? Are they
No,
different
they're
colors?
different colors.
Oh, okay, good.
And I get a whole box. I order them on Amazon, so I get new ones every I want to
Am
say
I
every week, but it's every month.
Doing something wrong because I don't have 2 different loofahs.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Neither do I.
And
Everything's
what you're
just going
doing is
everywhere.
you're taking your poop and you're putting it on
No,
your
no.
shoulders.
First, you start
Yeah,
from the
you start from the
head,
top
and then you
down.
just go.
Yeah,
you work
that's
your way
true.
down.
And you know why
You work
people
your way
don't
down.
clean
I
their
go
legs,
wherever
so
it
I don't go
takes
that
me.
far.
I clean my legs. You don't clean your legs?
Kidding.
Got
It's-
dirty
Wait, is that
cats.
a thing?
It's a joke
That's
that
a
white
thing
people
people
don't clean
say?
their legs.
Oh.
Yes.
My ex
Weird.
wouldn't wash anything past where her
Was she
arms.
white?
She wouldn't bend over.
This is one of the many reasons why I'm single now. but,
There was
like,
no arch back with her.
There's no.
She was the man.
This is where her arm ended. this was all unwashed, and she just assumed the water would handle it.
Filthy shins.
Yeah.
That's why, I mean, no calves, right? That's why she wouldn't wash them.
Yeah, it made her
work
calves
out.
look bigger the way the dirt built up.
It's contour.
Yeah, added a shadow.
Nice.
Calves.
Yeah, I guess I just figure the soap handles everything, so I'm like, I don't know, put it everywhere. We don't need separate.
Without even rubbing.
My whole thing is the towel. Like, I don't want, like, if I clean out my asshole, I'm not going to put it on
Sure.
my face
Oh,
again,
yeah.
you know? So
2 towels or one?
I have 2
just
towels.
one towel.
my
I heard
God.
a girl's doing 2 now.
Two
I do-
towels?
Yeah.
That's excessive.
I
You
have
must be
those.
doing well.
What?
One for the hair,
Okay.
and then one for the body.
You don't do the okay,
exhausted.
so I dry off and then I put the one in my hair and then I put a bathrobe on.
Ah.
That's the way to do
Well,
it.
I guess I'm disgusting because I don't do any of that.
Well, you're single, see? That's what happens.
I wipe my ass. I wipe my face with the same towel.
Oh my god.
All in one motion.
Get pink eye a
Yeah,
lot?
I've never gotten pink eye.
Okay, well that's good.
I'm like, the conquerors with all the germs. Like, it doesn't affect me.
right.
Yeah.
Cool.
White supremacy,
Colonizers.
Yeah, colonizers. There you go.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I feel like
Those are the genes I want. Yeah, I feel like I want
how you- who
I
you
want
have
my
to
kids
mate
to
with.
have an edge.
see?
You know,
Guys, get together after
I want
this,
to
please.
dilute the brown.
Dilute it.
Yeah, just so they have like a chance.
You know, mixed babies are really cute.
Yeah,
True.
hybrids.
You gotta have it. You
Yeah,
gotta
yeah.
have some.
That Aryan
I don't know, but I
sorta
have
like-
I have redhead
half and
genes.
half.
I have redhead genes, so you might have a soulless child.
Oh wow.
Oh, you
That's
know-
what they say about gingers.
I feel
Yeah.
like
Wait,
you
is
would
that-
have a
that's-
soulless
they
child.
don't have- Oops. Good. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Between you
It
two,
feels
yeah,
empty.
you definitely have a soulless child.
They'll be really funny though.
True.
Good.
They'll be
good sense
They'd
of
be-
humor.
have a
filled
good-
with dark humor.
Yeah, good, dry, sort of like,
Yeah.
just won't smile.
Yeah.
Ever.
And you're like, is that kid joking or not? I can't tell if it's fucking with me.
Yeah.
His name is Damien.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Happy birthday. Aren't you happy?
Don't send me to the cornfield, please.
Yeah.
Jesus. All right. Yeah. So.
Well, good luck.
Thank you.
I hope something attaches.
Me too. If not, I'm blaming Steve's cum. I keep blaming it. I'm like, I'm horny. I'm ready.
Yeah. Has he gotten it looked
Yeah,
at?
Energy drinks.
Has he gotten his sperm checked?
No, but I was like, after this COVID shit is over, we're getting your fertility checked because I got
You know
mine
they
checked.
have at-home tests.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just
I
mail
didn't know.
that shit
Just do
in.
that.
He drinks way too much Monster. Way too many energy drinks.
Oh yeah.
Way
yeah.
too
There's
much.
a lot in there.
In it.
I know mine worked because I had an abortion.
Oh shit!
Whoa.
You had an abortion?
Yourself.
Well, I was
You impregnated
one
someone.
half of the
Gotcha.
of
Of the
murder.
contributing force.
Just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm
Yeah.
kidding.
Wow.
No.
I'm pro
Let's cut that.
abortion. I'm pro abortion. It's not a life yet.
I was young. I just couldn't
trying to back out of this
because I had
make a kid already. Jesus.
I was drinking. And
okay.
I didn't want to be a dad.
Aw.
No, it was one of those complete accidents, and neither of us were like,
All right. So moving on.
well, they do say if you want to get pregnant, you should drink.
I have
It
been.
relaxes you.
I've been drinking before because I'm ready and I'm stressed. Like I take all the stress out,
Yeah.
and then I drink after because I'm pissed that I didn't get pregnant.
Oh,
So I'm
girl.
drinking all the time. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's wrong with me.
yeah, no,
I think that's why
I'm
I'm
sure
blaming
it's
Steve.
Steve. Yeah.
It's. I mean, looking at him, it's probably Steve's fault.
Probably.
It's
Listen.
a combination of the
all
stress.
those energy drinks.
Yeah.
I went to my gynecologist and sorry, Kassem, I know you're talking about your own system.
No, I'd
but
love to
My
visualize this.
gynecologist had a different system.
Yeah.
She stuck a what's it called, an ultrasound up there, and
Like
she
a
was
camera?
showing me my ovaries, and she's like, "You're
Oh, the
very
eggs.
fertile." Yeah,
Yeah.
she was like, "You're."
How do they tell?
Because
You can see
okay,
little balls,
so
like
the
the
little
little
eggs, they were like
Oh.
jazzed up like they were at a
Oh.
fucking club.
Oh, cool.
And,
I wanna
and
go
there was
see
like,
mine.
and she's like, you see how energetic they are? There's this little mechanism attached to the ovaries when you're at a certain level, and they're like, why haven't you made a baby yet? And it just like fucking jazzes them up all day. She's like,
Shotguns those
ready,
balls.
get ready to make babies, and they're like, we're ready.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
they go down the ovaries every month, and they're just so fucking jazzed to make a baby.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
And
Steve's
then
fault.
yes, and then I have my
Clearly.
period, and they're like, "Aw," like, it's sad, and I feel guilty that I
Yeah.
let them down. You know,
Yeah. Well, look, you guys will get there, you
Thank
know.
you.
And that baby, it's unfortunate laughter can't make babies on its own.
We tried
because
that.
Yeah, you can't laugh a baby into existence. You got to have a spermie. That's what they're
True.
called.
a spermie.
Yeah.
that's a technical term.
I think I don't want to ask how old you are.
How old do you
how old are
think I am?
Uh-oh.
I've
not
known
that
you
far
since you
from
were
your
a
age.
very
Young buck.
since you were a minor.
Yeah, so that was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm like in my 20s still. Then.
You've always had the same face.
Thank you.
Yeah, your
That is
attitude
true.
has just gotten worse.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it was always there. It just came out more
Right.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I remember you were dating this guy that I never met, but you dated him forever.
Yeah, I did. 5 years. You were actually dating a girl forever at that time.
I was.
Her name was the same name.
Same name.
What?
Yeah.
Nikki.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
Crazy.
Yeah, he was dating a girl named Kassem.
Can you fucking believe that?
Just kidding.
Yeah.
Wait, you guys were both. Oh, I'm confused.
It got too confusing, and we
It got
had to
very
stop.
confusing.
Yeah.
No, we were both in long-term relationships when we met, and yeah, I did think I was going to marry that guy because it was my first very long relationship. Did you think you were going to marry that girl?
Yeah, for a period. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like, wow, we've been doing this for a while. It's comfortable. I get it. Like,
This is the next step.
yeah, it's the next thing. And then I was like, why am I not happy? Like, I'm not like,
Yep.
I can't picture myself like being happy and friends forever. I also lost my sex drive completely. Like I was like, maybe it's just because I'm career oriented. Like I don't have a sex drive anymore. And then I started like checking out other guys would like turn me on just by existing. And I'm like, nope, I still have a sex drive.
Yep.
It's this guy. And so I had to break up with him. But it was really hard because
Yeah.
there wasn't a thing. It was just like,
Yeah, same. That was my whole
Same
thing.
deal.
yeah.
Yeah. And like she just had her first kid, and it's
Oh.
like, that's like I'm so happy she got to do
Oh,
that.
recently.
Yeah. And it's like I always knew she was going to be a great mom, you know what I mean? But I was with her from 20 to 25, and you just become every year like a completely different
Absolutely.
person.
Yeah,
You-
especially around that time.
my frontal lobe like hardened.
Yes.
You know, like when I was 21, 22, and then you just start to see things. I mean, you just kind of grow.
Yeah, that's what happened.
But she was great, and she's still a great person.
yeah,
Are
totally.
you the type
Same.
to keep in touch with your exes?
What's the
Are
question?
you the type to keep
Yeah.
in touch?
Well, as much as you can. Like, I'm on good terms with almost. I'd say I'm on good terms with all of them, and then we'll text maybe half of them every on a birthday.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's pretty
Do you think
frequent.
it's weird, like when you're dating a new person, like if you were to contact your exes during that time, or do you kind of like not text your exes after?
When I'm dating a new person, I
Yeah.
think my attention's just on the
that's
new
good.
person, and then I don't want to like make the other new girl feel weird. Like,
Right. Yeah,
You
because
know.
that sucks.
Yeah.
because then I wonder too, because I'm not the type to really talk to my exes at all. Just
'cause they
one,
suck.
because he's the father of my child. But other than that, I don't talk to any of my other exes. So I always wonder, people that do maintain a relationship, like how do they honor the relationship that they're in, but also honor the friendship that
friendship.
they have with their exes?
Yeah.
I'm like, how does that work?
And that friendship, by the way, takes a while to happen. Like at least a year or two after you've separated.
Yeah.
And it's a clean break. It can't be any of that like we'll hook up every few months.
Yeah, no benefits involved.
Right. It's got to be. But I think not talking to them is just as healthy. You know, I totally get that. I've never had it end super badly to where like, oh, I can't ever talk to that person.
Right.
And then when you get sober, you do amends and things like that, which also like helps you clean up your side of the street.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so like you want to be able to walk down the street and see one of these people and not have to worry about like, oh shit, I should cross the street right now. Like,
Oh,
True.
you know,
Yeah.
you just want to live that kind of life.
I wish I had a
Absolutely.
stylist picking out my clothes every day like a princess, and
Ooh,
now
yeah.
I
That'd be
can
awesome.
with Stitch Fix, because Stitch Fix is a company that you go online, you fill out a profile, they send you like little pictures of clothes, and you say yes or no to them. You say yay or nay like a princess would, and then they hook you up with a stylist who picks out your wardrobe for you, sends you a box full of clothes. You get to try them on. You get to check yourself out in the mirror, see if you dig it, see if it holds up to your standards, and if you like everything, you keep it, and if you don't like it, you send it back, no questions asked. You pay a $20 styling fee for each fix, which is credited towards anything you keep, so it's really not like you're paying for that styling fee, which is crazy because stylists are so expensive. You can schedule at any time. There's no subscription required, plus shipping, returns, and exchanges are easy and free. Stitch Fix does all the hard work for you, making great style effortless for everybody, including women, men, and kids. Get started today at stitchfix.com/nude. No, not nude. Nope.
Oh,
Do not go there.
That's the opposite.
Do not put clothes on that body, ma'am.
oh no.
Get started today at stitchfix.com/mood and you'll get 25% off when you keep everything in your fix. That's stitchfix.com/mood for 25% off when you keep everything in your fix. Stitchfix.com/mood.
And when you're looking good, you want to smell good too. You do not want to be all sweaty and sticky and gross. And that's where Native comes in. So Native doesn't just block odor better, it's made better. Native has ingredients that you've actually heard of, like coconut oil, shea butter, tapioca starch. It's also vegan and it's never tested on animals. Did you guys know that our the regular
Don't say it.
disgusting
Don't say it. Don't say it.
it has aluminum plugs in it. It forms a plug in your sweat glands with the plug. It has
Is that
a
your
plug.
turmeric coming out?
Stop saying the word. Stop saying that word.
It's nasty, man.
Plug.
You do not want to plug up your sweat glands to keep you from sweating. That's not natural. That's gross. So that's why Native never uses ingredients like aluminum, parabens, sulfates, or talc. And so, dude, I am in love with it. So I brought my own Native right here.
Yeah, I like
This
that they
is
have
one
the
I have.
paper packaging.
Exactly.
It's
So
like
now,
a cardboard.
right now they have a plastic-free plastic-free packaging, and this is my personal favorite, the cucumber and mint. It is amazing. I keep it in my car. It always comes through. It blocks odors. It keeps me nice and dry. So do what I did and make the switch to Native today by going to nativedeo.com/bigmoodgirls or use promo code bigmoodgirls at checkout and get 20% off your first order. That's nativedeo.com/bigmoodgirls or use promo code bigmoodgirls at checkout for 20% off your first order. And
I
enjoy
love-
Native.
Nice.
I love using our codes when I
I know. I use all of our codes
Yeah,
for
right?
everything.
I feel like a drug dealer dipping into my own stash. Oh, they don't know it's me.
So we talked
Business.
about kids and stuff, and then we were kind of talking about long-term relationships. Do you see yourself getting married?
Yeah, well, I only see it because I think I have to do that to have the kids.
But if there was a woman that didn't need to get married to create a family with you, you'd be down for that.
Yeah, I don't feel like marriage. I think it's changing a little bit, and it's really just like I think there's some tax incentives, but other,
Yes, yeah.
I could or I couldn't. It wouldn't really make a difference if my partner was like, well, I have to kind of be a wife to have a kid. I'll be like, okay,
Okay.
yeah, let's
How
squeeze
about
one
how
out.
would you be
Exciting.
open
That's
to-
romantic. Yeah.
Yeah.
True. Would you be open to the thing that I mentioned earlier where you just meet someone solely for the purpose of creating a child together
I
and
do.
not necessarily having a romantic
Do you need love in your relationship?
I think. Well, I think that depends on how desperate and old I get. You know, I think right now I still got some juice.
Yeah.
To where I could
romance
be
a girl.
in love.
You're,
Aw,
yeah, you're
I love
right.
that.
You got plenty of time.
But yeah, we do have more time,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
great, which is awesome. I'm only getting better looking as I get older.
solid
Honestly,
20
I
years.
You're
think
really
men
rocking the
do
salt
get
and pepper
better
look,
looking
too.
as they get older.
Yeah, I was
That's true.
super, you know.
Very
You were all
unfair.
nerdy before. Now
super,
look at you.
and now I'm not.
Now look at you.
yeah, a sex icon.
I really like how men age.
Yeah. It's not all men, you know.
Sure, not all men.
My
Let's
dad
stay off in
aged
here.
horribly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess it would just be depends on how.
But you
bad I
still
want
have
it.
a little juice left to romance somebody.
Yeah. Oh, it's in there.
That's
and
nice.
it's like your ovaries are having a party.
Yeah.
There's a version of that.
You got like
But
a
it's in
some
my-
Your
heart
balls
my
are
juice.
dancing.
scrotum.
Oh,
Your balls
right,
are
right.
dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do a little.
Chocolate beans.
Chocolate beans.
Chocolate
Those like the
beans.
Mexican jumping beans inside of your
Yeah.
nutsack.
What a mystery those were.
Yeah. Well,
What was
earlier
that,
before
actually?
I have no idea.
before the podcast started, we were talking about marriage and like how like you were invited to my
here it
wedding
comes, here
and
it
like
comes.
Yeah.
like you didn't show up to my wedding and none of these people were invited. And they get bitched
haven't-
at all the time.
Yeah.
They're always like, we didn't get invited to your wedding, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, we invited some friends and some
This
didn't
is the
show
first
up,
I'm
you know?
hearing of it. It's on
I don't
this
know if I
podcast.
believe that.
Yeah.
Look, it is possible that I just didn't.
Care.
No. You and Steve have always been people I've liked, and I would have definitely gone.
It was so fun.
I don't have an excuse of why I don't remember getting an invitation, but it doesn't mean I didn't get one. I was drinking a lot. That was right when I got sober.
Probably found it when you were drunk. You're like, fuck.
Yeah, probably
people.
used it to light a blunt or something. There was a lot going on at that time. So I want to formally apologize to you and Steve, and I want to make it up. I've been talking with Steve.
Yeah.
Every few months.
I love that.
Via Twitter DMs.
Yes.
And then we're gonna hang.
Gonna have a barbecue.
Yeah, you can come.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have been every night, but no baby has happened.
Yeah. Well, you'll. I guess you should announce it because it's a big deal now.
The barbecue or the baby?
No, the baby. Like the second it happens.
Right. Yeah. The second.
Well, I guess you can't because there's 2 months where you can lose it.
True.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna claim it.
You do it.
I'm gonna be like, I made the start of something.
Yeah.
So.
And then celebrate the miscarriage if it happens.
Yeah.
Like there's a way to. It was
Make
an honor.
Gina choke.
It's an honor just to be inseminated.
Yeah.
That's what I.
That's perfect. I love it.
Careful, you're choking on salami.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She's choked. This isn't the first time she's choked on salami.
That's such a mild level of choking for Gina.
She likes
Yeah,
it.
she likes it harder.
A lot worse than that.
You guys are great.
Are there any turnoffs?
In
You know what that felt like just now? It felt like the dating game, the dating show game, where it's like, so number 3.
Like
what
on
are your
MTV.
turnoffs? Yeah. No, like the 1960s, the dating game, like way.
I'm
back
thinking
in the
like
day.
MTV, like Jenny.
They tried to recreate those shows
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah,
So
like,
what do women
Jenny
do
McCarthy,
that's a
We're
turn
trying
off?
to-
for sure.
for sure.
Yeah, you can't be an anti-vaxxer.
Right.
Oh, is she? I had
That's
no
what
idea.
she's known for.
Oh, is
I
she?
feel like she spearheaded that
I
whole.
totally fucking
Yeah.
missed that.
Was it when she was dating Jim Carrey?
Yeah,
Is he an anti-vaxxer?
I don't know.
That
but
would be extremely unfortunate.
I wouldn't have like the 45 minutes to wait around if you asked him. Like it would take a while.
He has gone off into like conspiracy land, so
Oh.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Unfortunate.
But anyway,
True.
so no anti-vaxxers. We're trying to hook you up, so we're trying to
Oh, I
find you,
appreciate that.
find
We have
you
a
some
lot of women
romance
in our
out there.
audience.
There's a lot of women watching.
Yeah, I
yeah,
know
would
if
you?
you've heard all the stuff about miscarriages and abortions, you're probably
Yeah.
like, that's the man for me. And
Do you date people that have seen you online? Like, are you open to the like?
no,
that thing, or does it
I
make you
generally
weird?
will one person, but we had mutual friends. But I've never met somebody
Not a
from
fan
online.
fucker.
It's always somebody that's been a friend of a friend, or I've been
Yeah.
introduced through a friend.
Yeah.
And that's like, I gotta say, that's the best way to meet a girl is if like you were to vet me to one of your friends and be like, oh, here's Cass. He's like mostly not a creep, and you can go on a date with him. And then they're like, "Oh, Nikki thinks he's okay." And then
Yeah.
there's that when you meet, there's that sort of like, "Hey, we're
A
both-"
window.
Yeah. Like this person thought we were both okay to be in this place together.
So
But
you
if-
like getting
So,
matchmake.
Jess, I have
it's
this
very,
friend.
it's nice.
I have a
it would be
friend.
nice.
so awkward.
He's a little older. His
He's
frontal
not
cortex
older.
is.
Do you know how old we are? Stop trying to act 22, Nikki.
Listen, I'm very young.
Okay.
Good.
Always young at heart.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how you stay young.
See.
So yeah, I think, but I heard you guys talking about dating apps earlier. I think you mentioned something about Hinge.
Yeah, I'm
And I
not on any
don't-
right now.
I don't know if I could handle that. I don't know if I can
It's
handle
pretty
making a
terrible.
profile.
Yeah, it's pretty terrible.
Somebody, judging me based on like 5 pictures
Yeah.
or.
So you've never tried online.
I've never
dating?
done a dating app.
You're not missing much, to be honest.
Well, my ex's sister was like, that was her whole day revolved around her conversations
On
on,
the dating
Bumble
apps?
and Hinge and
I don't know if I've never dated somebody that I wasn't friends with first. It's always been like we hang out in a group and we're friends and I know them for a while. And I mean, like Steve, like I knew him for 3 years before
Yeah.
we started dating.
I don't
Like,
know enough I don't interact with enough men in real life. I think that's
You know
the
they
reason
say-
why I was willing.
They say the person you get married to, you've already met them by age 26.
What?
well, I am
Weird.
shit
I don't
out
know
of
if that's
luck.
true, but I was like, this is bullshit because at 26 I was single and I was like looking at my Facebook friends list. I was like,
I think I was
"These
still
fucks?"
in
I'm like-
Texas at 26.
Who knows?
So I got to
maybe
go
when you
back
were
to
Yeah, you gotta go back,
Texas.
yeah.
Fuck
Maybe
that.
they'll move out here. I don't know. I don't know.
Everyone's moving to Texas.
True.
It's true.
I left Texas. I'm not going back.
I heard it's very humid.
It's humid.
Really
There's a
dry.
hell of mosquitoes.
Not
It's,
for me.
There's
I
a
like-
lot of racists. It's just not for me.
I like the tax breaks, but I feel like you could get them in Vegas. So we're looking at
Yeah,
Vegas.
you don't have to jump all the way to Texas.
Are you really?
We are.
I've been, it's so funny that everyone's talking about it because I've never thought I'd live anywhere besides California.
Me
but
neither.
Like, just in the last 2 weeks, it's been like, well, you thought about Austin?
Same.
Yeah.
I was born and raised here, Santa Barbara.
Honestly, for me, if I would move anywhere, I'd want to go somewhere internationally.
Really?
I want to be.
Yeah,
like,
me too.
I want to learn a
wanna
different
go to, like,
language.
Europe or something.
Because I
Fuck
did
this
spend
shit.
1 year living in Mexico, so that was like cool.
I thought you were
That's a
born and
different
raised in
country.
Mexico.
1 year ago, when I was 15.
Hey, well,
in
I
the
was
year
keeping-
2005.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back to you. What were we talking about?
Moving. Yeah.
Moving, yeah.
Yeah, it's the first time I've ever thought I could probably live somewhere else.
Yeah.
And these last 2 weeks has been the first time you ever considered it.
Yeah, because now the guys I do my podcast with, they're like everyone's talking about it.
Well,
and
Joe
a
Rogan
lot
moved.
a lot
if
of
there's
comedians and
a
podcast
massive
people.
amount of people moving, like you can bring your friend group with you, it's worth it, but not as a one person.
Right.
Not worth it.
I think that's what
No,
the thing is right now is that
Yeah.
a lot of people want to move.
It has to be a lot
I
of
think
people.
because the pandemic forced everybody. We're all inside
True.
anyway. You're not even enjoying the benefits of
Yeah.
what you're paying for. Like you're
That's
paying
true.
to.
I mean, I honestly enjoy driving my car in LA and seeing the palm trees and the mountains and everything. I would never give that up to go live in
Aw.
Texas.
That's cute.
It's cute here. I love it here.
I love it here too.
I'm
I
pro
don't want to give it
California.
up, but
I love California, and
Yeah.
like the weather's great, and there's a lot to see. It's just like I don't know how we fix the homelessness. I don't know how there's obviously a housing crisis. I mean, there's so many things that were like we kind of stepped over 10 years ago, you
Yeah.
know, and just like, oh, there's a guy
We'll
sleeping
fix it
on the
later.
sidewalk. Yeah, it's like, oh, we'll get a coffee over here. But like now, the encampments and everything are just like they're their own zip codes, and it's just it's a completely different. I mean, I don't know if you've been to Skid Row downtown.
yeah.
I
It's
used to
like
live-
another
I used to
planet.
live in Little Tokyo, so I've seen it.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, there's a lot, and then you see the governor, and I'm a liberal Democrat, but when you see like Gavin Newsom come up and speak, and it's like just a lot of platitudes and a lot of like, we just like sayings that are kind of empty. And,
Yeah, there's nothing happening.
So I don't know.
All right, so we're looking for people in Texas. Good shins, small nose.
Yeah.
Good calves.
Good
Want kids.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
good
your
calves.
shins.
Calves.
I'm really whatever with shins.
Well, yeah, you know what they say about calves. It takes behind every good calf is good shit.
Oh, that's yeah.
That's
yeah,
what they
yeah,
say
yeah. They
about
always say that because calves have always gotten the spotlight.
Yeah.
And the shins
You need a
have just
bone to hold on to, So it's like, oh, look at this shit, perfectly good shin right here.
perfectly good shin.
Do you believe in destiny? Because maybe you're heading towards your future wife.
Ooh.
I do like to I'm spiritual, and then when I say that I listen to like meditation podcasts.
Oh,
or
do you like
something.
Eckhart Tolle and
Yeah, although that book was so boring.
Which
I think.
one?
The
Power of Now.
It's a
yeah,
tough
the power
read.
of
It's
now.
Try the
hard.
other
I
one.
listened to it on audio.
It's better audio.
Do the
agree.
other
Oh,
one.
It's amazing.
Do the
audio.
His
New
voice
Earth
is
one.
really boring.
I
it was
love his voice.
so
Me to
It's
sleep.
very slow.
Yes, I love his voice.
couldn't handle
No,
it.
but like I'm trying to focus. I can't if I'm falling asleep.
I don't know.
So
his
that's the thing.
voice.
Because it's like way too like this.
He takes
and
a lot of
like
pauses.
this,
That's the point.
and then like this.
I'd rather have the
missing the point.
Headspace guy
You're
do
missing
it.
the point.
he's too Australian for me.
I like it. I always find myself questioning, like, why did he say that word like that? Or like, why did he pause
you get
there?
caught.
I'm like,
you get
yeah,
caught
yeah.
on too.
Yeah.
I'm like, is this
help it. I get
psychological? Is he
distracted.
like getting into my head? Do I understand it more because he's always
Maneuvering
zigging when I
around.
think he's gonna zag?
Yeah, he's unpredictable like
He's
that.
completely unpredictable.
Did you ever watch Love Island?
The British,
Yeah, the British
versions
one.
only. Yeah,
we have to
yeah.
have like captions on. I can't understand what they're saying half the time without the captions.
Yeah. Well, on your second or third season of it.
Oh, I'm on like season 5.
You've got to. Yeah, you
You
just.
still haven't caught on to the
Well,
accent?
No, we talk in that accent all the time.
Oh.
We were like, "Hey, bruv, what you doing,
Yeah.
bruv?
Yeah.
Come here, man. We get on like a house on fire, mate." And like that's our warm up to getting into bed. And,
Oh,
yeah,
maybe that's why you're not having
Yeah.
kids, because honestly, that's
Kids like,
not
nope.
attractive.
that's true. They don't have kids on that show.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is I do like my reality shows. Love Island. I think
Top reality shows 1 to 5. Go.
Do you like?
I'm a Bachelor guy.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and I think in the last few years, Bachelor's kind of had this resurgence. Although I don't think it's the best. I just enjoy the off season, like the internet
Yeah.
around
the talking,
it.
the gossip. Yeah.
Like following them on IG. I have a whole account on Instagram that just.
You have a Finsta?
It's is that
A fake
fake
Instagram?
Instagram?
Yeah, I have one that's just for Bachelors.
Wow.
It's.
I'm a little bit
I guess I
concerned
do.
about this.
I just
don't
only
know if you
follow
should-
Bachelors.
I don't know if you should tell people this.
I think he's lying.
No, I do
Calling-
because I
calling
was
it
gonna do a
bullshit.
Bachelor segment on the podcast, which I didn't. And but I want for a while, and I was hosting these weekly sort of watch parties, and I had to know what was going on off camera.
Do you know that the last Bachelor, he's with Kelly now? He's with that lawyer, Kelly, that didn't even make it top 5.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
Pete.
Yeah, Pete and Kelly are together now.
Yep, I did know that, and
Just hot gossip for you guys out there.
Hot goss. I don't know anything.
I
about
don't know
DM'd him
either.
one time.
Did you?
I forget what, but he responded back, and now he's my favorite.
He's because you responded.
Yeah.
You just need some attention, don't you?
As I'll
Just a
die
little
for
Just a
him.
little bit of attention, give this man, please.
He's from Westlake, which is like where I kind of grew up.
Oh, that's cool.
The poorer part, like Newbury Park. So
Where's that?
Like Thousand Oaks area.
it's yes,
Kinda far
It's
from
the
here.
next town.
I
north
didn't know
of
you
TO.
were in the 805 area.
Yeah, I'm an
Santa
805er.
Barbara 805. What?
Yeah, everyone like once we got our own beer.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, "Oh,
is
what's
that where
this
that
zip
comes
code
from?
all
So
about?"
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve had no idea. Then he was like, all the 805s, you got to try. I'm like, that's so
I thought
weird.
that was from Miami.
Nope.
Which was Miami's?
I don't
Pitbull's
know.
always saying it. I don't know.
I have no idea.
All I know is Dale.
Who knows?
So have you found that it's harder to date after having like YouTube success, like being a public figure? Has it changed like the dating scene for you?
Well, it's so. I would consider like my actual dating life like had probably just started right when that started. So like,
yeah.
'cause I was in a long-term relationship, kind of before YouTube took off, and then after, if anything, it might have made it like more interesting because you get more messages in your inbox, but
Yeah.
like, it hasn't translated to an actual.
Relationship.
Yeah, nothing like worthwhile or anything like that. But
What do you look for when you're dating? I guess now, like what other than the
besides
calves?
the calves,
Yeah.
I need a sense of humor, but like one that works with my sense of humor.
She's got to be cool joking about abortion.
She's got to be into Big Bang Theory and abortion. Yeah, no, it's I look for looks. I look for looks,
Yeah.
I love an honest man.
and then like
See?
you can't be too hot. You can't be, like
I
you
feel like
guys
you're
would be
describing
fine.
me. Like you
I
don't
know.
have to subtweet me.
He's
if you
looking at you in his brain. Likes dark humor, is hot, but not too hot. Not
yeah,
too
not
hot.
too
Name
hot.
starts with a J.
Gotta have some
Yeah.
insecurities.
Anyhow, so if you guys need someone to talk to, especially during these times, it's very weird. Change is constant, but in the new normal now that is COVID, it feels like there's something new to grapple with every day. You can now get 24/7 access to the support you need with Talkspace. Talkspace is basically like a online therapy app that you can talk to a real licensed therapist. You can text them, you can voice message them, you can even FaceTime them, and they check the messages multiple times a day, 5 days a week, and they respond to you. So right now, you can't really go to a therapist's office and sit there and talk. You can do it now over your phone whenever you want to, 24/7, which I love because I don't want to have to wait a whole week about and remember all my feelings and thoughts, whatever, and speak to them once a week. Now, when I'm really going crazy, I can message them and tell them everything that I'm feeling in the moment, and then they'll come back and they'll talk to me. It's extremely affordable. Talkspace is a fraction of the cost of in-person therapy, and now Talkspace covers 40 million people for online therapy through their insurance or employer. How cool is that? Right? Yeah.
I gotta check it out because I've been thinking about hitting up a therapist again because I haven't been in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, that insurance thing is a real big plus.
Yeah. And it's really cool. So you go on their app and then you kind of answer these questions like, what do you want to work on? What kind of therapy do you want to get? And then they'll match you with like a bunch, and then you take or your pick at who you want to talk to. You can vibe them out for a little bit, and if you don't like it, you can always switch to someone else. The network is composed of thousands of licensed therapists, and it even shows you what kind of licenses they have and credentials they have, and their experience in treating depression, anxiety, substance abuse, trauma, relationship issues, food and eating, and so much more. It's completely secure and private. And during these times, we all need someone to talk to. Talkspace wants to give us the support we deserve at a price we can afford. Match with your perfect therapist at Talkspace.com or by downloading the Talkspace app. And don't forget to use the promo code MOOD at checkout for $100 off your first month. That's $100 hairs off your first month at Talkspace.com. Promo code MOOD.
That's a lot of dollars.
$100, Nikki.
Yeah, like the episode just doesn't feel complete unless you say it.
Doll hairs.
It's a lot of doll hairs. Mm-hmm.
Well, it is now time for me to give the HelloFresh ad that I've been waiting for.
Get it, girl.
Food is therapy for me too.
It's really nice to be seeing you cooking. I've been cooking a lot more myself. In between, I do like to order some HelloFresh and learn new recipes from them. That's my favorite part about HelloFresh is like the recipes that I get to learn with the box that they bring, the things that I get to pick out each week. Also, it cuts out the meal planning and grocery store trips. Some weeks I just don't feel like thinking about what I want to cook, and I just want to go on there, pick a few things, and then they'll send it to me. It makes it so much faster, so much easier. Over 90% of the ingredients are sourced directly from the growers to ensure the freshest recipes are being delivered to your door. And you can easily change your delivery days or food preferences and skip a week whenever you need. So to try out America's #1 meal kit, go to HelloFresh.com/80BigMood, which is the number 80, and use code 80BigMood to get a total of $80 off your first month, which is a lot, including free shipping on your first box.
A lot of what?
A lot of doll hairs. Additional restrictions apply. But go to HelloFresh.com for more details, and then go to HelloFresh.com/80BigMood and use the code 80BigMood to get a total of $80 off your first month, including free shipping on your first box. Additional restrictions apply. Please visit HelloFresh.com for details.
That's so many doll hairs.
That's so many. We just saved you guys like so much money.
So much doll hairs.
Back to dating. You said you look for looks. Like, what is there anything specific that like you're like, oh,
Like, do you have a type?
You know what? I've been not having. I used to think like, oh, I like redheads. I like pale redheads, and I've said that, but like, it's really coming out of my last relationship. I think a big thing I look for now is like how compatible our lifestyles are. Because that was a big, sticking point. She woke up early, didn't like to stay home. I woke up at a regular time.
what's a regular time?
Well, like 8.
Wow.
8 or 9.
She woke up earlier than that?
Yeah.
Jeez.
She has this. Well, it's a whole thing, and it's like how much time you got?
8 is early.
Yeah, she got up real early, and then she was like a workaholic, and she's very successful and has her own business and blah blah blah, and made a ton of money, and it was cool, but would really expect me to kind of wake up early and like connect in the mornings, and like it's very tough for me to wake up really early.
I'm going through the same struggles right now in my marriage. Like,
That's true.
Casey wishes that
super
I would
morning
wake-
person, super not morning person.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know what's wrong with these people. I'm a morning person. I love that Steve sleeps in because I get those hours to myself.
Exactly.
I get to meditate.
Yeah.
I get to do my journaling,
Yeah.
creative shit. And
Well,
then he
that's
wakes
great.
up and I'm all like ready to go.
Yeah, I think that's great.
Yeah.
It's just differs from person to person.
Right.
And,
So lifestyle's huge.
Yep.
lifestyle is totally huge.
It has to be compatible.
And I don't think she was so busy and like running her own business, and then like the fact that I just like kind of did a podcast and like
She just thought you weren't doing enough.
yeah, not enough. Even though I own my own home and like
Does she know who you are? Okay.
yeah, it's like, do you even watch my videos?
Do you know
But
who I am?
you kind of did that already. Like you.
I know, and that was kind of like in therapy there was a lot of like, well, he's on another chapter of his life.
Yeah.
He's like trying to figure out. I'm in a very fortunate position where I can take time to like really figure out how I want to move in the next few years, and she wanted it kind of like quicker. and there was like a sort of like a lack of respect thing there, and it was a bunch of stuff like that.
Because I could relate if you were just some bum that like wasn't doing anything, like you didn't have a job and you didn't have money, and she was providing for you or something like that. But I feel like
I never, I always paid for my. I mean, there's never a situation where I was like, hey, can I borrow? I lent her money so we could buy a house. So it was like, there's a lot of like, well, you're kind of on me about this, but like, I just lent you.
Should
like
be a certain level of respect there. And for those of you who don't know, Kassem G was one of the founders of Maker Studios, which was like what started the whole MCN multi-channel network,
and we ruined it.
True.
Some may say.
It was good.
It got bought by Disney, and it was a very big splash.
Huge.
No one had any idea what they were doing. That was never a goal of ours, and it was just like cool.
But there's a whole new generation that doesn't even know about any of that watches YouTube, and they're like, what's Maker? And I'm like, wow, you guys don't even
I'll get a message every once in a while like, you ruined what the internet was. I'm like, dude, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I have
I'm
no
pretty sure
idea.
Google ruined
Everyone
it.
was bumbling through the
Like
internet.
I was in a suit and like making all these decisions and like, no, yes.
Let's ruin this part of the internet.
Yeah. Just very
corner.
fortunate.
No
Timing
more
was
comedy.
great. Yeah, it was one of those things. So it.
But you guys,
Logan Paul is my fault.
right?
Yeah.
You have
Sorry.
to take the blame of it all.
Yeah. Both Pauls.
But you guys put in a lot of hours.
We did. I mean, you were part of that too.
Yeah. I was there. I mean, my manager ruined that part for me. Like, I can't.
Oh yeah.
I can't really talk.
That guy was a.
You know, Kassem
am I not allowed to say?
No, I'm not allowed to say. You could say whatever you want.
I didn't remember him being a great dude.
Let's just leave it
comment.
there.
Yeah.
So Kassem and I almost had a show where we were going to talk about sex and stuff. Yeah, but my manager
super
was
cute.
like, well, you're going out for Disney and Nickelodeon. It's going to ruin everything.
Yeah.
And now look at where you are.
And now almost all I do is talk about sex now.
It would have been great.
Would have been
Dang.
awesome.
Ahead of
But
our
you would
time.
probably wouldn't have had Going Deep with Kassem G. So that's
Oh, that was
Sure.
before Going Deep?
It was before,
That was my
yeah.
favorite thing you did.
We were.
That was
Thanks.
awesome.
Yeah. And those are one of the things where I look back now. I'm like, dude, well, who's that? Who's
you
that
can't
guy?
cringe at that.
There's
it was
a
funny.
lot.
It was so
Oh.
Even now, because I was like, does it hold up? Because I was like doing some research on like, what's this pajama pants thing about? And like,
Yeah. Why is it called that? Wasn't my
pajamas
idea.
or pants involved. And I was kind of like looking through your old stuff, and I was like, I remember like when you used to do Going Deep, and like
Yeah.
it was so funny, and sometimes things don't hold up. I watched a few episodes, and it holds up.
Oh well, thanks.
You're very funny.
Oh well, thank you.
Congrats.
We had a lot of. Thank
Don't
you.
get a big head.
Too late. Yeah, it's just one of those things you could never do now. You know,
Right.
And I've tried to. I even sent Logan Paul because he like.
You guys are buds.
He had
So it is your fault.
He does this podcast and he brings he brought a porn star on.
Yep.
And he would title the podcast "Going Deep" with,
Oh.
which is the same.
Exactly.
And I
so
was
you're
like,
trying to put your dick down.
so when that happened, I was getting a bunch of tweets like, "Hey, this guy's ripping you off." I'm like, well, I looked at it. He's like not doing the format. He's just doing a podcast with a porn. He just took the name.
Yeah.
Title.
And so I was like having fun with him on Twitter, and like I pretended to be his manager, and I had this email address. I'm like, please send me all of the business you want to engage with Logan, and so he ended up following me. It was kind of like fun banter back and forth. Well, just really from me to him, and there was like I was like I would do a new one if I could do him. You know, and like I was like, I
That'd be
think
great.
there's a way to do this now, and I would start with him.
Yeah.
And I sent him a message like, hey, dude, would you ever like, think it'd be pretty funny? And nothing.
He was like, no, who are you?
Yeah.
Who's this old guy in my
Yeah.
DMs?
So there was, I think there is a version of it that works now, but I think I like having that stuff just be there. And then we're just going to do different things.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean,
Yeah.
Steve's channel got completely demonetized. He used to
Same.
do,
Yeah. Yeah.
he used to do the bang bus things with porn stars, and the joke was that he would find people on the street and ask them if they wanted to bang a porn star, and then he'd get them in the
Like
van.
dudes come
They'd
in?
sign a waiver, and then the porn stars would pick up the cameras, and they were like the crew, and two male guys would come in like, okay, let's get this
Yeah.
shit on, and YouTube was like, like, this is not satire. This is real sex. This is real.
Oh, wow.
This is real porn happening. He had I had one making fun of Sam Pepper where it was like sex in public, and he had like blurred out, like he would just go up to random people and be like, want to have sex? And like they'd be like, yeah, and they just fuck in the street, and then like the cop comes over, he's like, hey, what are you doing? And they're like, want to have sex? And then the cop has sex with them too. And, like, it's clearly a sketch.
Yeah.
And YouTube is like, no, this is.
How do people like
this is porn.
what's that other guy's name? Brandon shit. I mean, you guys in the comments know who it is, but he's an extremely graphic YouTuber with his sketches, like extremely graphic, and he gets millions of views, and I'm like, how is this guy surviving? I don't see a bunch of sponsors or anything. I'm like, is he not?
Does he have ads?
monetized?
Maybe he's just trying to get audience and then leverage it to
Yeah, I don't
something.
know. Maybe
I
he
don't
gets
know.
money some other way.
But this is all because Kassem ruined YouTube, so
I
let's
don't
not
know.
forget that.
You can email me.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was, there's so many things, I think, and I remember getting demonetized and looking at all, because I was making like some money on YouTube from just people reminiscing and going through old videos, and then one day it all went away.
Because that was the whole idea, was that you build enough of a video library and then you're
Yeah.
making passive income and
Sure.
you don't really have to think about it anymore.
Yeah.
But then YouTube just cherry picked who they get to demonetize, and it's kind of
Yeah.
crazy that a lot of
Maybe
these
they're like,
comedy
you guys
channels
made
got-
money off of Maker. You're gonna get demonetized.
Honestly,
Sure,
like,
yeah.
Maybe.
because you know how large the JK library is too.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff from like few years ago is just all getting demonetized now, but our current stuff isn't. So I wonder if there's like a thing where they don't want you to have that much money coming in, like
Passively.
Somehow.
Oh, they're putting a cap.
Yeah, like kind of like, well, I mean, you can monetize the new stuff, but not the old stuff. Like they're just cutting so much of the old shit
Strange.
for some
It's
reason.
crazy.
I don't know.
Conspiracy.
Well, they're the people there that work at YouTube have just like, I think there's like two guys, and they're like they're in charge of all like these content creators. I remember somebody telling me that 96% of YouTube's ad revenue just comes from people going into the YouTube search bar and like Googling or YouTubing something, versus the other 4% or less than were people seeking out their like the people with the creators or something like that.
That's the type of YouTuber user that I am. I don't actually watch.
Yeah, I
So
type in stuff.
why put assets and resources on that like 4%, and like have people that actually like are looking out for creators? I think they tried to do a version of that at one point. It just didn't. It doesn't seem. I just think there's two guys there that are like, this person says that they got a copyright strike, but like, oh, whatever, like demonetize and like, there's no
Fuck
real
you
reason.
and fuck you.
They don't care.
And
yeah.
then because of that, they've like sites like Twitch got big because YouTube just didn't get behind live programming
Yeah.
early enough. Patreon. I mean, there's so many different OnlyFans. There's so many different ways to make money now. And it could have been all YouTube. Like all that money could have all just been YouTube. But now it's like there's so many different like podcasts and So I don't know. I want to use YouTube as a place where I like can just have fun and not but like hopefully our podcast ends up making some money.
He's shouting.
Yeah,
He's shouting to Bryce because we have the same producers. Actually, Kassem's
in the same
podcast
room.
shoots right next to us. We won't show you the set though, because I mean it's
You gotta
it's
check
No,
offensive.
you cannot.
our
It's
We have
stories.
to get the permission.
It's pretty rugged over there, but
But I like
same
podcasts.
producers. Yeah, me too.
I love them because it's like, not that it's easy to do. It's just like you can either listen or watch, and
I like that you get to talk for a long time.
Yes.
Because with YouTube, especially in the old days, it was very like keep it under 5
Yeah.
minutes and
3 minutes, and every second has to be funny. Yeah, yeah. Which
Now
we never
TikTok is
accomplished.
that.
Yeah, TikTok.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I don't see. There was a cutoff period where I stopped downloading new apps.
I was
Yeah.
It
about to
like
ask you. I'm
Snapchat.
like,
It
do you
stopped.
still keep up?
I didn't do Snapchat and anything that came after.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I
I got
stopped
into
at
TikTok for a
Instagram.
little bit but I was very hesitant. I was like, I hate this. I don't like new things. But then I was like, oh no, adults do that. They're like, we won't do new things. I'm like, I don't want to be that
I'm
person.
settling into that.
So
don't
I started
care.
watching TikTok with the pandemic when that happened, because I was like, I got extra time now, and I actually like thought it was funny. I kind of got the joke of it, like what people do on it. It's not like Vine.
Yeah.
It's like there's just inside jokes basically and inside trends, and it's kind of fun. But it's
All
just
right, I'll
too
download
much. Yeah. Well, now it's getting banned, I think, but
Yeah. Oh, they got to sell it.
Now
or
it's too
something.
late, so
it's too,
don't
it's
even
too late.
bother.
You gotta download the next one. The next one.
Yeah, I'm not against any of those things. It's just it became real hard to like manage all those.
Yes.
I
It is.
just
There's too
started
many.
like Instagramming like regularly. You know, where like I'm using the stories.
Yeah,
I don't know. If
I
you've
could
seen
barely
these stories
keep up, yeah.
on there, but they go away after 24
How
hours.
about those reels?
Yeah, they have reels now. That's the new TikTok for Instagram.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot, I know.
Yeah, there was a lot, and so yeah, there's a lot of things we can do now to kind of express whatever it is we're trying.
When you started Instagram, though, because I mean, when I first got on, it was like 2011, and there weren't that many people on like that I knew. Actually, mine was private at first because I didn't know it was going to be a social media app. I thought it was
Yeah.
just a thing with friends. But you post a lot of artsy stuff on there. You were posting sunsets.
I'm
and
more
like,
than just like
I
very
know.
handsome, funny guy. Yeah, well, I was like,
Kassem
yeah,
has a soft side.
that's
Look
what
at these
happened. I got a
sunsets.
dog, and like,
Yeah.
I was like living by the beach, and I was like, oh god, like let me
Puppies
put a
and
filter on
sunsets.
this.
That was
Yeah.
still when you were doing like satire, dark humor comedy. So like it was like, wow,
Many
look at this
different-
guy
many different
having a different
sides to good old
side.
cat.
Look at this Libra.
He's like blushing.
Yeah. You know what's funny? There was before Instagram, I was on a site called Daily Booth.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I remember
Oh,
Daily.
you're dating yourself now.
Daily Booth, and I was hot on Daily Booth.
Yeah.
But like, you know, the problem was it was like they didn't have an app. It was just a website.
Yeah. It's an old school, like a
Sounded so
URL.
old. Yeah, it's a www one, and they were like, dude, you guys, you got to come up with this app soon because like this other site, Instagram, is like they're kind of doing what you're doing, and they're not big yet, but they will be. And then they just kind of dropped the ball.
Dang.
Yeah.
And all those followers I had on Daily Booth just like got deleted, and then I was like, okay, I guess I'll move over to Instagram. And and I did just post like kind of fun little
Yeah.
vignettes and like
That was the thing is like
hard
everyone was an
shadows.
artist at the
True.
beginning of
Yeah. All of a
Instagram.
sudden
It's like
we're all
filters
artistic.
done, like, oh,
Yeah.
look at this
The
shit. My
borders.
dinner looks tight.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun to like sit there and go through the photos that you took all day, and then like spend 30 minutes on one photo and tweaking it.
Yeah.
Or when you used to do the collages, because that was
Yeah.
big back then too.
Yep.
True.
I remember making a conscious decision and thinking, should I keep the original 4 photos or should I just keep this one photo and save the memory because my phone doesn't have a lot of space? And then I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm saving the originals because I'm probably going to regret not saving those. But I never looked back on them either. But it's just so
I
funny.
can't
how-
delete any of my photos. Like I just need the memories. I need to like hold on to them. I don't know why.
I always think I'm going to sit through them when I'm an old lady and then just be
Yeah.
like, oh, I remember
we don't
those
have physical
times.
photo albums anymore,
Yeah.
so it does make sense. But he is a Gimasic on Instagram.
Yeah, it's just my name
Akimasic.
backwards because some like chubby little kid had
Really?
had
Kassem
Kassem G. Yeah. And I was like, hey, can I get this handle? And he was like, no, I'll sell it to you. And he was
for
just
how
a
much?
chubby
Yeah, how
cheek
much?
like 12-year-old.
Yeah.
No, it's
Should've
like
said
it was,
$50. I'll
No,
take
I
it.
would have never. I
True.
would have never
You little
paid.
bastard.
I was originally at Not Nikki on Instagram and totally sketched. Michael Gallagher was the one that's like, you need to have your branding consistent.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Pfft, fine,
Wow.
fine.
Yeah, and Michael was like 17 at the time, and like knew more than all of us.
He really
He like
did.
made his first movie by the time he was like 21.
Well, he was on the ground floor of like the generation that understands all the apps and they're born into it. Like I feel like we're on the edge. Like
Yeah.
we still had the phones that connected to the wall and stuff, and like that you had a
Well, I
dial.
got the extra
and-
long cord.
the curly, yeah.
Yeah, go around the kitchen.
And then we're like, when cell phones happen, we're like, whoa, it's crazy.
cordless-
It's like
cordless
Zach
happen.
Yeah.
Morris. Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so this new generation, they're born with like iPads in their hands, and it's crazy how like I've been watching these YouTube videos of kids that develop apps, and they're making like
Wow.
6-figure incomes. They're
What?
literally 10 years old. Like I'm not joking about the age, not like how we're exaggerating mine. Like they're actually 10 years old.
Wow.
Well, they're making coding
Yeah.
more into the curriculum of the like school
See
curriculum
that
now.
I get
Well,
jealous.
good thing we learned cursive. Perfect. I do have great handwriting that nobody will ever.
Aw, so it's your romance side. You can write
Oh, there
birthday
we go.
cards and like
Yeah.
handwritten cards. I made Steve a card. You know,
I
ladies.
love letters. I love
There
letters.
we go. It's happening, guys.
Jess, you got some competition after this episode comes out.
Competition?
Yeah, like
Who
all
is
these-
my competition?
The viewers
ladies,
that
the
want
ladies out
to
there.
swoon
Oh yeah, my
Kassem.
DMs are gonna be flooded.
So
They're all
flooded.
so wet right now.
From their
Yeah,
abortions. Yeah.
Hope you guys got a lot of mops to clean up all the moisture.
Mops?
But
Yeah.
some mops to clean up all the puddles that they're
To clean
sitting
up
in.
your wops.
Yes,
Mops for the
wops. Thank you, Kassem, for coming
Thanks,
on the
guys,
show
for having
today.
me.
This
Yeah.
flew by. If they want to find you, what's your
Just search Kassem on Instagram and Twitter,
How you spell
Kassem
it?
G?
and then on
And then Pajama Pants.
Oh yeah, Pajama Pants is a podcast I do with my buddies Rob Eiler and Jamie Lynn Sigler.
Who are
They were-
Sopranos.
They were on The Sopranos, and I try to do my best to not talk about The Sopranos.
Oh.
It's very tough. So all they do is like, oh, we're legends. We're like TV
Yeah.
stars. Yeah. And I'm like,
How
I was on
annoying.
YouTube. Yeah. So Pajama Pants podcast.
Pajama Pants Podcast. Check it out. And we'll probably all be guests on there. So
Yeah. We're gonna need more chairs.
yeah.
Why don't we just shoot your episode
We'll just do
on
it
our
right
side?
now. Yeah.
We could just shoot it right now.
That's so funny.
and then subscribe and rate us on iTunes. We love it. We love you guys. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.